What's up, creeps? It's Jason. Of course, I'm here with Rigor Mortis, Riley, the masked ninja. Is it a masked ninja when we're not dealing with a mask today? I don't know what to say about this. So, no, let me get back today because we're talking about this amazing Barlow Bust by Jason Hammond.
Yep.
And yes, it's not latex for once, right? So, but we'll get into that in a second. I want to talk real quick, guys, and give you, in case, I don't know, you've been in prison for the last 40, 50 years or something, and you didn't get a chance to never ever seen Salem's Lot. I want to talk about Salem's Lot real quick before we dive into this piece right here. Yeah, absolutely. So Salem's Lot was Stephen King's, I think, second novel, right? Mm-hmm. And published or whatnot, or maybe second or third, I can't remember. But Carrie and I think Carrie was after this, and The Shining was before it. But super rad vampire story. I mean, it's about like an author that's writing this book about a haunted house in a town called Jerusalem's Lot, which they just kind of shortened that down to Salem's Lot, which is even
catchy.
It's better. It's way better. Yeah. And but he finds out that the house that has been purchased by a vampire. Yeah. And he's slowly taking over the town. An amazing, fun, super fun movie.
Miniseries.
Miniseries. Yeah. Good call on that. Yeah. And this is why it was a 3-part miniseries, I think it was, or something like that. But it was only 3 hours long, which they could easily make that into a movie as well.
Yeah.
And it was directed by Tobe Hooper, which
one of his best. Honestly.
Yeah, I think so too. And you know, which I love Tobe Hooper. But the cool thing was George Romero was supposed to direct this thing. Yeah. That's what King wanted. But he was afraid that, hey, we're making this for TV. It's not going to be able to really put out what I want to put out, you know. And honestly, Romero, you're wrong. I think Hooper did a good job on this.
And Hooper did a fantastic job.
Yeah, and it scared the shit out of me watching this thing. And I really loved the character of Kurt Barlow, right? Mm-hmm. And which is the vampire, right? Yeah. He's the leader, and which had a very Nosferatu look, right? Oh, yeah. Count Orlok look, as you're seeing here, and which is pretty rad, man. Yeah. And so great acting in this. And who played Barlow, by the way?
Reggie Nalder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which killed it, man.
Dude, guy was 72 when he played Barlow.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. He was born in 1907.
It's
pretty crazy.
Damn,
and died in 91. But like,
yeah,
he looks like a vampire without the makeup on.
He does.
Very, very like strange look.
Yeah.
But I mean,
so if you haven't seen Salem's Lot, go jump on it, man. And this right here will make way more sense. But it's so iconic that I think people, even without watching Salem's Lot or out knowing who Barlow is,
has seen this image.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. So, but what do we got here, dude? Talk to me. What piece am I looking at here, man?
Okay, so viewers, I'm gonna have to ask you to forgive me, but then again, we're making the content, so this is actually a bust, and it's funny because like busts and masks, like if you're into like. If you're really into this kind of collecting, busts and masks, like, they're in the same ballpark. Half the masks we've been showing you are technically latex busts because they're uncut. So this guy, we're making an exception. We're trying to get some resin pieces on here. I know it's the Mask Morgue, but it's
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's all the same to me.
All right, so yeah, the Mask
They're
Morgue.
Display pieces.
You know what? Today is the Bust Morgue.
Yeah,
how about that?
All right? Bust Morgue, there we go.
So, yeah. But resin is awesome because you know, with latex, right, and foam, you have a shelf life, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, as much as you want that, latex mask to last you 70 years, it ain't. I hate to tell you, but with a resin bust, you know, this thing ain't going nowhere, dude.
You can prolong the mask's life by like foam filling it and whatnot, so it won't be destroyed in your lifetime, but time will take its toll on your masks, and eventually they will go somewhere. Yeah. Into atoms and dust. Right. But this guy is actually resin, so he won't go anywhere for a long while unless Jason drops him when I bring him here or something like that.
Almost dropped him yesterday, by the way.
Which was hilarious.
Stressed me the hell out,
because
man.
This guy was pricey.
Yeah, which we'll get into in a minute. Now, so talk to me about Jason Hammond.
Yeah, so the guy who made this is a 29-year-old Canadian sculptor. He does monsters, he does Carrie, Frankenstein, Barlow, the Fulci zombie. I'm working on that. And for all the classics, Chainsaw Massacre, he does a lot of cool resin busts. And it's crazy because the guy will only post like 2 to 4 of these a month. Yeah. Once every like 2 weeks on Fridays. And the second those things hit the Etsy, boom, they're gone instantly. And some of these are like $1,500 busts.
Yeah.
And they sell within actual minutes. And our friend who comes in here, Aaron Sorson, was actually kind enough to sell this to me because if you watched the previous video, I have a very rare Dawn Post Salem's Lot Glow Ghoul.
Yeah.
There we go. And there's only like 7 of those out there. Same mask that Mark from Salem's Lot had in his bedroom.
Yep.
And so I really have been wanting a nice Barlow to go with that mask as a display. And I think we accomplished just that.
Yeah, so. You did great. The sculpt's great. Yeah. I love the teeth, man.
The teeth are fun.
That's what the eyes and the teeth, and that's what actually, to me, besides the bluish skin, the eyes and the teeth is what really makes the Barlow in the movie, right? Yeah. When you see him in vampire form, it's freaking scary as hell because them glowing eyes and the teeth, and like I said, the Nosferatu teeth because he has his 2 front long ones. Where you see traditional vampires have the canines here. They're the long ones, right? So I've always loved this look. Yeah. Obviously this is...
I think it's the scarier look of
vampires. I do too. With Count Orlok and all that, it has the same snaggled 2 front teeth and all that stuff. It makes you more of a monster, which a lot of vampires have been...
too human.
Well, romanticized, I guess, into, they're sexy. Yeah. Nothing sexy about 2 buck teeth that want to stab into your neck.
Nothing sexy about this beast right
Basically,
here.
these are straws, by the way. So, to suck your blood or whatever. So, yeah, pretty rad stuff, man. But the detail when it comes to the painting of this thing as well, man. Good modeling. Yeah. I love the head because it's not easy, but sculptors have a tendency to just like, okay, I'm going to make this guy's bald, right? Is to go smooth right over the top of the head, right? And just do a smooth, normal head. I don't know if you shaved your head lately. Go shave it, and then come back and tell me how lumpy it actually looks, right?
Yeah, they have like little pits and stuff because your head has grooves. You know, your skull is not perfect. So
he's built that into this Barlow bust, which is super rad, man.
He's got the age in the neck and everything. So I really like that.
Yeah, and dress gray, which I mean, everything you expect out of Jason Hammond sculpt is what we're getting out of here, man. And so I'm very happy. I'm not sure why he's blocking us, but he is blocking us, so I can't see his stuff. Jason, I want to see your stuff. I want to buy your stuff. Don't block me. Maybe I got lumped into something, but he didn't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter, man. The guy's an incredible artist, and I freaking love this guy's stuff, man. And honestly, I've seen pieces. I've seen the Leatherface piece, just in passing because your friend brought it in, right? And all that stuff. But this is my first time I actually got to hang out and watch and look at this thing. And handle. And super impressed, man.
Super solid pieces, man. Definitely for the high-end collectors, but very cool nonetheless.
Well, let's talk collecting. Let's talk about the this is what's going to put me in a tomb right here is the price of these things, right? Hammond's, he's up there, right? His prices, you're not going to get anything cheap from Jason Hammond, right?
Highly prized and highly priced.
Yeah. So what would a bust, like if I threw this on eBay, because once again, what Riley, he does his drug deals and all this stuff. I don't know. He conjures up, he has seances and he makes all types of magic happen.
We meet in the parking lot. We have guns in our waistband.
Oh wow, yeah. So
get down. It's wild.
So you make a little sometimes special deals, but if I threw this up or you threw this up on eBay, this is say right now, what is someone going to probably pay for this Barlow bust?
So the range I see for Hammond's pieces are about $800 to $1,500, depending on the size and like the shoulder, like how far the bust comes down. So like for the Leatherface, I'm seeing them at like $1,500 because it comes down to about here. It's got a bit of a chest in there as well. But like for his like zombie or his early Barlow, like this one, they're just like the head and like right down to the base of the neck. Yeah. I'm seeing those ones going for like $800 or $900. So right in that range.
Yeah, so it's an investment, you know. But the cool thing is, like I said, we mentioned earlier, it's not a latex, it's not a foam bust or anything like that.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, so
just don't drop it.
Yeah, it can crack, obviously, you know, that stuff. But just like any resin piece would. But this is a forever piece. If you take care of it, this will outlast you and probably your kids. Okay, so which is to me that's worth the price, right? A tag of $800 to $1,500 or whatever. So. Super impressive piece, man.
Definitely a showpiece.
And I'm pretty sure this won't be the last Hammond bust we'll see on his show.
I'm working on one. We'll see how soon I get it, but I got to be quick on that Etsy draw, so we'll see.
You guys go. So once again, thanks for bringing this in.
Absolutely.
And now we will close the, I can't say mass morgue, the Busk Morgue doors.